feel the drive. 35, will it break 35? 36. So today's review, we have the new VMAX VX4. If you guys are ESG OGs, you might remember my top single motor scooters for big dogs, and the VX4 was one of my top scooters when that came out. And this is the newly upgraded version. So one thing I'm expecting with this new VX4 is better acceleration, better top speed, better hill climbing tests, but we'll see about range and much, much more. We made a full VMAX lineup video that break down every single category of VMAXs and who's it for, and I'll link it somewhere up here. Just know the VMAX VX4 is their top of the line scooter when it comes to performance. So make sure you stick around the whole video. This is probably the last time you'll see my face. I want to be focused on the scooter most of the time. This is the part of the video where we normally head to the unboxing, but I didn't get to unbox this because this actually was delivered. But let's see that footage. Okay, so since we have the new VX4, we brought the man, the myth, the legend himself, Paul. Talk about it.
Hey guys, this is Paul from VMAX, and this is the very first new VX4 in the United States, and of course, ESG is getting it for the very first review in the whole country. And let me take you through some of the differences here, because you know the VX4, the original one, was my favorite long-range touring scooter. This is one that I made the ESG video where I did the entire lap of San Francisco on, and so now comes out the new VX4 in. It's exactly the same, right? No, it looks the same, but there's a ton of really cool differences. Number one is this new one goes 33 miles per hour versus 25 miles per hour for the previous VX4. And it's got super long travel suspension up front now. It's oil damped. Sometimes you just get springs in here, but we've got springs and oil damping. It feels amazing. And check it out, we've got preload adjusters right up on top with nice little knobs, so you can dial this in to your weight. And now back, it looks the same, but we've got new patented elastomeric suspension that's also got longer travel. This thing feels amazing. So whether you're on road or off road, the suspension and these tires feel absolutely amazing. And another big change that you just can't see is it's now 52 volts instead of 48 volts. And you've got way more power with 2,800 watts of peak power from the rear motor. And one of the changes that I'm really happy about, because it's one of the things I called out on the previous VX4, is the stem to deck latch. Remember, it didn't stay latched once you latched the old one, but the new one pops right up and then latches down and stays latched. So those are some of the details, but you know, what really counts is how it rides and how it performs. And I honestly don't even know that because I haven't ridden it yet. So we're going to leave that to the professional here. Ramir's going to test it and tell you all about it.
Yeah, so I can't wait. So let's get into that right now. Yeah, let's get some measurements on the width of the handlebar. About 23 inches. Let's do stem to deck. 40. So we got a little bit over 41 inches. So that's not bad. Now let's check the ground clearance. Okay, we got about 7.5 inches of ground clearance. Whoa, 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 whoa. 66.6 pounds. Let's just put a little finger on there so we can get that off of there. Nah, I'm just joking. But you guys see it, 66.6 pounds. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Going downhill, quite stable, to say the least. Yeah, so going downhill at like 30 miles per hour, still stable, not moving at all. This is the new VMAX VX4. So if you're not familiar with the VX4, this is VMAX's heaviest, dutiest scooter. So I'm quite curious to see what type of range I'll get at my size and in conditions that I ride it in. So if you've been following ESG for a while, you might have known about 1.5 years ago, I dropped my top single motor scooters. And this is my top single motor scooter at the time because of all the things that it offered. I felt like it was enough power for it being single motor, but also the ride feel of it. Like these grips are amazing. The thumb throttle implication is great. The suspension is plush. It kind of gives you everything you need in this scooter, really. This is a great first scooter to have, or a scooter to just add to your collection. On the right, we have the power switch to turn the scooter on and off. But remember, if you hit it 5 times, that's how you enable or disable beast mode. We have the light switch right here. So once you press the button, it's an indication on the LCD screen that it's on or off. I mean, once you hit the button, it indicates if it's on And then on the left, you have their top button for Eco and Sport. So Eco and Sport, you pretty much get the same top speed. It's just the delivery that says top speed. It's much more gradular. I think that's a weird choice. I like my Eco modes to be true Eco modes, you know, where it slows you down and you can like conserve battery and just, you know, have a slower pace if that's what you wanted. They have tactile buttons for the menu system. So if you hold down the E setting, then you can kind of go right, left, and go into your modes and just, you know, customize your scooters to your liking. So one thing I do like is that you don't need an app. They offer an app, and it's not like the most high-tech app like some other apps out there, but I honestly like that. Like, I like a scooter that you can just take right out the box. I don't need to download something to get my scooter going. Like, you know, when you get something fresh out the box, you're excited and you want to get it going. But to me, it sucks when you have to take it out the box, download an app, go into the menu on your phone, and then change it. But it's good that VMAX like, hey, you get everything you need while using a cockpit. It doesn't have a horn, it has a bell. And I think that bell is cool. You know, it's good for oncoming pedestrians. But honestly, your 0 to 15 is such a great range for stop and go traffic. Even your 0 to 30. So it's something I feel like a horn would have added to that. Like, all right, I'm in the street, it's cars right there. Let me honk at this car. Besides, you know, I don't know if they're gonna hear that or not. Just like the VX4 before, it's so comfortable. I think with the tires and the suspension, they work together perfectly. So this whole range test, I've been going over all types of gravel, hitting all types of like bumps, but I've actually been riding really smooth. When you run over a rock, some sticks, you can just eat those things and keep going. So the suspension and these tires work together great. Okay, we're gonna take it through some gravel. It's riding the gravel pretty nice. The suspension and the tires, like I said earlier, it just soaks up all the bumps and rocks. It's like you're not that much jitter. Okay, enough of me rambling. Let's get to the star of the show, and that's the performance data. Now let's get into top speed. Now, top speed is where this scooter actually shocked. VMAX says it has a top speed of 33 miles per hour, which would make it 8 miles per hour faster than a previous VX4. But during my speed test, I tested it over and over and over again. And when I average out both directions, I actually got quite higher than a 33 mile per hour spec that they give. I got 36.5 miles per hour for the new VMAX VX4. Which is crazy. ESG official 0 to 15 miles per hour acceleration time is 3.3 seconds. And that's quite fast being a single motor. I thought the first VX4 was good at 24.5 miles per hour top speed, and it had some reasonable acceleration, but VMAX just took everything I loved about that one and just beefed it up and made it more powerful in this scooter. So to me is what making this VMAX stand apart. The new VMAX VX4 climbed our test hill at 8.97 seconds, and that's quite fast. Pretty much slammed and crushed the hill. It performed exactly where I thought it would be at, considering the price range and it being a single motor scooter. Okay, I'm at 0%, but it's still going. I'm honestly shocked that I'm getting this type of performance at 0%. Let's see what type of top speeds I can get. 22, 23, at 0%, crazy. Once you get 0% on most scooters, it just dies out within a few seconds. But I've been riding for about 7-8 minutes on 0%, taking up a little bit slight hills, some flat land, and I'm still getting performance, but right now I think it's okay for us to call it VMAX. Again, once again, the VX4 is a great, impressive scooter. Of course, you can expect more range if you're a lighter rider. That's the only thing that we've noticed when it comes to our testing is that if you're a heavier rider, over 200 pounds, you will get different results. Most scooters are tested with 165-pound riders. Well, that, you know, I think personally that's not the average size of people out there, but I could be wrong. The new VMAX VX4 went 20.9 miles on an ESG official range course. 20.9 miles might not seem that much, but for this battery wattage and similarly priced scooters, it outperformed. And of course, something we've seen during all our testing throughout so many scooters, the range is the one that takes the most hit when it comes to weight. So if you weight a little bit lighter, you can expect more range. And I actually have the official range numbers with a 165-pound rider, and that's 27 miles. So that's right on par for what I thought it would be. Pros include the ride quality is one of the best on the market with the preload adjusters, elastomer suspension with 10-inch tubeless hybrid tires, great hill climber, even at low battery, low-end battery power delivery, and of course the updated performance stats with top speed and acceleration. Cons include the stem to deck latch is still kind of funky, and with this top speed and acceleration, I thought it would benefit for having a horn. So who's this for? Honestly, this is great for most riders. Big dogs, small dogs, everyone would enjoy this because the scooter is really comfortable. If you're someone that enjoys riding scooters, not only just for personal recreational use, but actually doing tasks like going to work, going to the store, and you want to ride comfortably, I think the VMAX VX4 is one of the best scooters out there. Now, VMAX always had great build quality, ride quality, but sometimes the performance didn't match the price. Now that VMAX has made an electric scooter that's performance heavy, this can be that daily rider that most people need. I hope you guys enjoyed the new VMAX VX4 review. Down in the description, we'll have all promo codes, discount codes, links, and all that good stuff down there. So if you're interested in this scooter, using the links down below greatly helps out this channel so we can keep bringing videos like this. And remember to always ride safe, and I'll see y'all next time. I'm your boy Ramir, and I'm out.